The level of political hypocrisy in this country is legendary, because I don't still understand how UDA party can be conducting grassroots elections, then at the same time ask other members affiliate parties to join that party. And tonight, I want us to have a walkthrough into the Friday night meeting that has largely been reported to a point where William Ruto actually chased a host of Luhya MPs from the State House who took him head-on about the decision to fold that party. And is it a point of Musalia and Wetangula not able to bargain? Because the new, there is a report, allocation on Kera roads, that a constituency in Mount Kenya has gotten more allocation than all the 5 counties from Western. And maybe that is, looking at it narrow, even the other areas has gotten more. So let us get to understand what happened. On Friday night, according to the report that has widely been shared, is that William Ruto convened a meeting with Luhya leaders, both Musalia Mudavadi's camp and Moses Masika Wetangula's camp. This meeting, amongst other things, was supposed to relook at the Western region's projects that could be fastened ahead of Madaraka Day celebration that is supposed to be done, that is supposed to be held in Bungoma. And those who attended included, I just want to confirm, those who attended including Ken Lusaka, Isa Timami, Omboko Milema, John Chikati, Sakwa Bunyasi, John Makali, MP Majimbo Kalasinga, Rajol Hulu Abdi Yare, Kevin Lunami, and Simon Kamau, both on NC, and Moses Wetangula, and other Ford Kenya leaders. So that meeting was supposed to look at the upcoming Madaraka Day or celebrations that are going to be held in Bungoma, what can be, and I also understand also Didmus Baraza was also part of this delegation. And apart from that, some of the projects on Sugar Belt, and also these leaders will also take time to try to talk about that Natembea onslaught that has been going on. But the main agenda was the president asking Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula to tone down, climb down, and allow their parties, ANC and Ford Kenya, to merge voluntarily to be swallowed in UDA party so that they make one big party ahead of the next year's general election. And during William Ruto's trip, during that Madaraka Day celebration to be held in Bungoma, if this deal would have been sealed, then it would likely be unveiled there, or rather they would prepare the ground for the grand merger of those parties. So you can see the reason why Musalia Mudavadi and the team were being pushed into this deal of merging the parties. Despite of Musalia, and last conversation he mentioned about this, he said that they're going to have a deeper discussion with other parties on how to strengthen the mother party, which is the UDA. But the MPs of both ANC and Ford Kenya declined. And I just want to quote something here verbatim. Omboko Milemba, We are ready to work together, but we are not ready to join the UDA party. Maybe we form a totally new party. Ken Lusaka told the meeting that the Luhya nation cannot tolerate UDA party dictatorship. Wale hawataki hii siasa ya kusukumana, wanataka wakue huru kuingia vyama wanataka. And we understand that planners of this meeting did not invite the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. And much as it is being touted as not being invited, but I think it was designed. So, even though those were saying the reason why Rigathi was not invited was because president is looking at probability of quoting, of using Ndindi Nyoro and Kindiki for the Central Kenya vote. But I think that those are just mere probabilities. So when this proposal for the party, not for them to join UDA, but to form a neutral party, like what happened with the Jubilee, because during Jubilee, it was TNA and URP formed the Jubilee Party, and William Ruto refused and became very furious. And some of the attendees from that meeting are leaking out that he actually threatened them, that he's not going to back them because he can still win the next general election without them. And when I saw that, I'm just wondering, is that insinuating that he even won the last general election without them? We'll have to, if that is what was said, as per se, verbatim, then does it mean that even 2022, from his own assertion and own matrix, he won it even without the Western? And if winning without Western, then it only means many other points behind the scene. And he declined any discussion. In fact, he rubbed off any discussion of breaking down, of folding UDA and those parties to form one new party. And I'm just understanding, they already have Kenya Kwanza. I don't know why they're even struggling, because they already have Kenya Kwanza. The reasoning behind even UDA party to create, they altered their structure and created some positions apart from party leader, which is him, is one. There is one deputy party leader with 3 assistants. And I think the reasoning could be that, as you know, 3 or 2 with 2 assistants, that maybe the parties that will form, they will pick 3 or 2 most largest parties, and those party leaders will be fronted to be assistant deputy party leaders. So there's a lot of game played in it, and that is the carrot that was being dangled, that even if you join, you still get the positions of deputy, assistant deputy party leaders. And William Ruto is reported to have chased a number of MPs and ordered a number of MPs to leave the State House because of that fallout. I think in politics sometimes it gets to that point. The next day you let us see, and remember there have been an attempt, Wetangula has been quoting Sally at some point. But I want to give you 2 reasons why the President Ruto will not accept to fold UDA. There's simply 2. I don't even think there is another reason. The first reason is, if UDA is to be folded, then his Kalenjin network, and let me not say Kalenjin, let me say his inner circle might lose grip of the new party to be formed. The founders of UDA party are the ones that are around him, and they take credit. Even they got these positions by the fact that they are founder members of UDA party. And UDA party belongs to William Ruto and a clique of his friends. That party do not belong, as much as they say, it doesn't belong to the rest of the country. So he would not want, because he would actually lose that monopoly. If another party is formed, then it's a whole new phase that he will not risk to go. Number two, I think political unders are seeing that a transition from UDA to a new party would mean a change of hustler narrative to something else. And with that transition from hustler to another narrative, he will lose many supporters in the middle. Remember, even as we speak, there are quite a number of supporters, quite a number, that are uncomfortable with the political developments that are going on. Now, as the country was speaking about this, the politics of exclusion, I think, received more confirmation after Kura released allocations on road maintenance. And do you know that in Kiambu County, one constituency received more allocations than all the 5 counties from Western? I have seen, I want to share this some 2 tweets just in relation to that. Kale Hamisi have shared this and said, Kikuyu constituency alone has received 1.4 billion for road maintenance, while entire Western region, comprising of 5 counties and 39 constituencies, has only, there is only talking about Western, so he's talking about Trans Nzoia, Busia, Bungoma, Kakamega, and Vihiga, have only received 50 million inside Kakamega State Lodge. And so he's saying, Musalia Mudavadi and Hon. Wetangula, between 2 of you and Kimani Ichung'wah, who is number 3 in Ruto government? And that has been shared here. I think they have also he's also shared that screenshot. Now this, however, just on the same matter, on the same issue, even Githunguri explains this kind of revenue share disparity. Githunguri has over 404k voters, while Kikuyu constituency, that is Kimani Ichung'wah's constituency, has 38k. Yet out of Kera funds, Kikuyu constituency got 1.4 billion, 94, that is 94% out of Kiambu's share of 1.5 billion. Now Kiambu County is given 1.5 billion, and out of 1.5 billion, 1.4 billion was given to one constituency, that of Kimani Ichung'wah Kikuyu. Then the rest was shared amongst others, even if they are complaining about it. And I'm also challenging my MP, Sam Atandi, because that's the angle it's taking, and of course, and other Nyanza MPs also to give us this tally, because that what we've seen. Kaleva Misi have said in Western they have 50 million, and that it has been given to State Lodge, around the State Lodge, I think. So I don't even know whether Siaya we don't have, and I wish if someone can listen to me. There is a road between Ng'ia to Siaya, not even Ng'ia to Siaya. There is a road between Luanda, Siaya. It's the most pathetic road. And guys, ebu mtupatie hata sisi pesa hiyo barabara itengeneza. Kindly, we also pay these taxes. And so I really believe we will really make noise. I'm sincere activists making noise about that road between Siaya to Luanda. It's very narrow and it is full of potholes. If you drive in those areas, you will really feel. So that's another twist that has been added into this. So you can see the politics of exclusion. And so the question that many are asking is, where would you think President Ruto would maybe mishandling, I don't want to, do I say undermining the influence of Wetangula and Mudavadi in Kenya Kwanza. I would not want to join the bunch of Wakikula, and you know, Musalia Mudavadi once went to Nyeri and said people are not eating roads. He said it, by the way, people don't eat roads. Uhuru Kenyatta had done 11 kilometers. So when Uhuru Kenyatta was telling the Kenyan that he has done 11 kilometers, Musalia Mudavadi went out and in Nyeri and said that people don't eat roads. I still remember. There is something that I think Mudavadi and Wetangula needs to see. Number one, you see that Western Luhya Renaissance in Natembeya. That project is William Ruto's alternative project to capture the Luhya vote. And nothing is out of the ordinary from that, because from the word go, that is the script that was used in Mount Kenya. When the young politicians, the Ndindi Nyoro, the Kimani Chungwa, and the Rigathis were used to plant a venom against Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, that is the same thing, that is the same script that Natembeya is applying there. I questioned and I still answered. I did analysis and I questioned. How would it be that Natembeya, a man who came from security ranks, would join politics and talk about military affairs to the civilian in that manner, in this manner?
Na mimi siwezi kuwa mradi ya mtu. I can't be anybody's project. Atinatembea kitembea kuongea hivi, ametumwa sio na Ruto, sio ametumwa na Gachagua, sio ametumwa na nani. Mimi siwezi kutumwa na mtu. Natumwa na matatizo ya watu yangu. Hiyo peke yake. And we are making a point. Na mimi ningependa wala ambao wanafanya hii maneno wasikie hii maneno. Juzi tumeongea nikasema kwa jeshi hatujawahi kuwa na ofisa ambaye ni mawe tatu. Jana amepewa, si ndio? Lakini sisi hatujaridhika kwa sababu ya mawe tatu hata panda akuwe mkubwa wa jeshi. Atakuwa tu vice, maana ikitoka kwake wataenda mtu wa army. Wakitoka mtu wa army anaenda mtu kwa navy. Nikiangalia kule mbele kwa hizo vitengo zote hakuna Mluhya hata mmoja. Kwa hivyo kusimamia jeshi sisi labda ni miaka ingine 15 huko mbele. Bado unajua bibi pia kwa kama furata. Nataka kwenda kwa ile kiti yenyewe ambaye jamii zote za Kenya kubwa zimekuweko na Mluhya hajapata. Hata kama rais anasikia, it cannot be like this. That an entire community of over 7.5 million people can be so discriminated like this.
I still questioned. It must have had some privilege, because what I will expect is even veteran politicians, many politicians never try to veer off the military affairs. And what Natembeya has been saying, much more of it being looked as tribal, but he's running some Luhya project for William Ruto. And that is why William Ruto is telling Kina Musalia and Wetangula that I can win without you. Number two, both Wetangula and Mudavadi lack an exit. And that's why they're going through this. They lack an exit because where to? Even if they are to go alone, to where? If they go alone and try to take Luhya, maybe Wetangula goes and takes the Bungoma, takes the part of Luhya that he can take, then they will influence Raila's take there. And that will give a pass. And if they leave to come to Azimio, they cannot get a ticket. The best it can be is a running mate to a candidate, which can only be Kalonzo Musyoka. None of them can be a running mate to Raila Odinga if Raila Odinga is a candidate in 2027. So if you look at the political tunnel, it is very narrow, and I think William Ruto sits back and looks and sees there's no way. Number three, there is feeling that Kalonzo presence in the ballot is coming. Kalonzo will be in the ballot. And if he will not be in the ballot, Ruto will have an option of pushing Kalonzo in the ballot. And if he pushes Kalonzo in the ballot, then you will dismantle completely the Raila vote basket if Raila decides also to go. So with that, that Luhya influence can be that Luhya can be influenced by other factors outside Kenya Kwanza. And one of them is to plant Kalonzo candidature. Number 3, hands on deck. If William Ruto is telling you, I won without you and I can win without you, he's simply meaning that he can have alternatives of winning. And that is the rigging scheme. So much will be said. Much is to be done. Let's wait. Much will be said, but more is to be done. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's wait and see. The two brothers, Wetangula and Mudavadi, are seeing nightmare. But I really want to know, how are they chased? Anyway, politics is very dirty.